everyone, welcome to Card Collectanea. This is Cindy. Today I'd like to do a card that is for a young man who just had surgery, and I wanted to send it to him telling him that I hope his recovery goes well. So I'm going to use one of Cricut cartridges that's a little bit different from many of the others. This one's Nifty 50s. It doesn't have swirls and all sorts of things, at least not many of them, but it has some very interesting images on it, and it's one of those things that if you need something different, this is the one that you can often go to. So I'll show you what we're going to do next. I'm starting with a 4 by 5.5 inch card. Once again, these are the white cards from Hobby Lobby. And now to that, I'm going to add a red mat. The colors for today are going to be black, red, and white. And as I like to do, this one is 1/8 of an inch smaller in each direction than the card itself. So this is 3 7/8 this direction. 3 7/8 this way, and 5 3/8 long. And on top of that, I'm going to add a black and white stripe. This is from Paper Pizzazz, and I'm making it 1/8 of an inch smaller than the red one, or 1/4 of an inch smaller than the card. So it is 5 1/4 by 3 3/4. To that, I'll put all those together. I'm just going to use a ATG gun to put those together, and then I'm going to add the cutout from Nifty 50s. Now I've put that together, and I'm going to show you now what I used for the object from Nifty 50s. This is a car, and you can find this in the Nifty 50s book here on page 24, and it's this one right here. I used basically the same colors that are shown here, except instead of this light blue I used a steely gray, or a bluish gray, or a grayish blue, I'm not sure which. And so I cut all the layers. I cut this out of black, or well, the base out of black, and I'm not sure you can see all of this, but the base is out of black. Then this light blue layer that they have is out of this sort of steely blue. Then there's the red layer, and the white layer is the shadow, and then this is just some trim that goes on the wheels and on the little white stripe here on the car. So I'm going to put this all together. Because it's got a number of layers, it looks maybe a little bit intimidating, but it really isn't. It wasn't hard to put together. So I'll put this together, and then I'll show you what we'll do next. Alright, I've put the card together with a Zig glue pen, and I've put the glue on the back here, so I'm just ready to stick it onto the white shadow, and then I'll be ready to put it onto the card. And although, like I say, it looks a little bit intimidating because of the layers in it, but it really is fairly easy. The only thing that's a little tricky are these little bitty white walls, but even they're not too bad. So I'll put that on there with some foam tape. I think this is 3M, and it comes just in a roll like this. And since this is a long, thin car, I thought just one strip would be good. I cut this car in all of its pieces at 1.5 inches. It's long, but it's not tall, so it's 1.5 inches tall. And when I put this on, I'm going to move it a bit to the left of the card so that I can put my sentiment more to the right. There, and I've popped that off the card a bit. Now for the sentiment, I have done a computer generated little sign that says, "Have a speedy recovery." And then I have, this is about 2 inches by 1 inch, and then I cut a frame that's slightly larger than that, about a 1/4 of an inch larger in each direction. I'll put those together, and then I'm going to put them right over here. Alright, now I have the sentiment put together, the white on the red, and I've put a piece of foam tape on that as well. I'm going to put it over here in the corner on a slight angle, and the card will be done. Again, I'm going to use this for a young man. I think a car is very appropriate for a young man, and this particular one from Nifty 50s works up really well. It looks classy. You could easily change the sentiment and use it for a man for any other occasion as well. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Leave me a comment. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to see, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.